Russian military bloggers claim that Kadyrov's men from the Akhmat unit betrayed Russia and stabbed the Russians in the back, specifically avoiding clashes with the Ukrainian Armed Forces during the attack on the Kursk region. The Z channel of the former mercenary of the PMC, Wagner, Alex Parker, returns received information according to which the Kadyrovites knew perfectly well about the offensive of the Ukrainian army and deliberately let them through, having secretly concluded a mutual non-aggression pact, communicating through the intermediary Khusein Dzhambetov, who fought for the armed forces of Ukraine but later returned to Chechnya. Kadyrov's men understood the balance of power and did not want to lose their fighters by simply allowing the Ukrainian armed forces to penetrate deep into Russia. The puzzle has come together, writes a Russian military propagandist accusing Kadyrov of betraying Russia. Over the past few days, Russian media have been actively accusing Kadyrovites units of fleeing the border. They did not engage in combat, but simply abandoned their positions. Earlier, Z War correspondent Kotenok told the truth about the battles of Kadyrov's TikTokers against the armed forces of Ukraine in the Kursk region. Kotenok confirmed on his social network page that the Kadyrovites did not take part in the battles but fled shamefully. He also writes that the breakthrough was made from 3 directions. At present, the Ukrainian armed forces successfully advanced further in the Kursk region, this time towards the Belovsky district of this region. The media reported fighting to the south of the Sudza district. On this wave, there were also reports of fighting in the Krasnoyarsk district. At the moment, they have not been confirmed. Such tactics would be logical for the Ukrainian troops, bypassing the problematic area where the greatest attention is concentrated, entering through forest belts and tracts into a non-media area with the same characteristic problems as in the Sudza and Koronev districts, one of the pro-Russian government Z channels, Rybar, reports. It is also noted that in favor of such tactics on the part of the Ukrainian armed forces, this would force them to pull back some of the efforts of the fire brigades from Sudza and Koronevo.
On the 6th day of Ukraine's offensive into the Kursk region in southern Russia, there is mounting evidence that the Ukrainian Corps, part of or up to 5 brigades plus at least one 400-strong independent battalion, plans to stay, Forbes reports. There are more than 2,000 soldiers in these 5 brigades. The Ukrainians are digging trenches. Anticipating a trench war along or near the existing front line, the Russians are also digging in, the article says. That both sides are consolidating their positions does not mean the Ukrainians have ended their offensive. Nor does it mean the Russians cannot counterattack and push the Ukrainians back to the border, analysts say. But this means that stabilization of the front line and long-term Ukrainian occupation of part of Kursk are on the agenda, the journalists emphasize. Ukrainian sources have spotted industrial excavators at work on both sides of the front line. Once the enemy picks up shovels, in 2 days it will be just as difficult to take the forest stands as it was near Avdiivka, in eastern Ukraine, Russian military correspondent Alexander Karchenko added. It took the Russian military 6 months to roll back Ukrainian defenses in Avdiivka, and cost it tens of thousands of casualties. Once the trenches are complete, that diversion could become long-term, if not permanent. At least 18 people were killed and 14 others injured as a piled-up rubbish collapsed at a vast landfill site in the Ugandan capital Kampala, the Red Cross said. The collapse had been caused by heavy rainfall, with the city authority stating there was a structural failure in waste mass. Irene Nakasita, a spokeswoman for the Uganda Red Cross, said the death toll reached 18 after more bodies were retrieved Sunday. She stressed that rainfall was slowing the efforts of searchers digging through heaps of trash. The Katizi landfill is on a steep slope in an impoverished part of the city. Women and children who scavenge plastic waste for income frequently gather there, and some homes have been built close to the landfill.
Kyiv.